Thank y'all for playing some words on stream.
Hmm. I am gonna be right back.
All right. Wow, Cameron. Why do you be like this? Why you gotta call it out like that? Yeah, Ruthless. It looks amazing. Um, might I recommend? I don't know if you put celery or pickles or anything like that in there, but one of the best things I have found to put in a macaroni salad is just straight up raw cucumber. It adds this level of like cleansingness to it. I can't even. It makes it so much cleaner, which is weird to say. It's hard to explain it in a different way than that. It's just it enhances a macaroni salad in a way that you would never expect. It does, Ruthless. It's like I love pickles. I'm a pickle addict. I love pickle pizza. Like I love pickles. But legitimately plain cucumbers are the best thing I've ever added to a macaroni salad. Now, obviously, if you hate plain cucumbers, that isn't going to help you, but recommend. Ruthless. Yeah, Cameron. That was hilarious. That's freaking funny. Oh, come on. Right. In a good way, yeah. But yeah, a really good potato salad is irresistible. Anything other than that, I don't have an interest in it for a potato salad. It's got to be a really good potato salad for me, and that looks like one. Not potato salad. Oh my god, pasta salad. You're non-violent? Same. I have no violent bone in me whatsoever, ever. Anybody want to do a battle royale? We do have that available as an option. My hip is really hurting me, and I'm not sure why. Exactly, Ruthless. Agreed, Cameron. Like, the good ones are really good. The not so good ones are really not so good. Hi, Nanami. Hi, how are you? How was your stream? I see you were in Makers and Crafting. What were you making today? Please tell us what you were up to. That's weird. I asked if you guys wanted a battle royale and we got a raid, so we're gonna get a battle royale. Embroidery. Ooh, nice. Nice. If you guys aren't already following Nonami, you should absolutely follow them. Hold on. Let me get my keyboard. There we go. Make sure you give Nanami a follow, chat. Do you have any pictures or anything that you might like to share, Nanami? We do have links open in the chat, so if you have an Instagram or anything like that that you'd like to share, a shop, whatever, it's available to you. Words on stream, and I was fishing. I finished the second hexagon. Nice, Cameron. Fantastic. All right, welcome everybody. I'm Hijinks. I'm a fiber artist. I knit, crochet, needlepoint, embroider, sew, cross stitch, diamond paint, shuttle tat, needle tat, color. I made my avatar. We dabble in a little bit here. We just kind of dabble. How it is. Sometimes I play video games. Mostly we just chill and relax. That's mainly what we do here. That's our big thing. That being said, welcome to the camp. Type in chat, get yourself an avatar, because we're about to fight. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's fight time. Nanami has attacked the channel, and we must defend. Here we go. I'm hitting the button. You'll have 15 seconds, chat. Sometimes there's healthy chaos. There's never chaos here. There is never chaos here, Ruthless. Chaos is outlawed in the land of Shenanigans, okay? It doesn't happen. We just chill and relax here. It's a very peaceful place with some almost tribal music going on in the background sometimes. You don't cause chaos, Ruthless. You're a very chill viewer, okay? You don't cause chaos. Cameron. Nanami, obviously, if you've got to go take care of yourself post stream, please feel free to do that. We will be here doing our thing. If anybody else who came in with a raid needs to, please feel free. We are a lurk friendly stream. We don't require anything of you. And when you gotta go, you gotta go. So we were really, really moving along here on this. We were really, really moving along on this. And then we took a break to spoil some yarn for everybody.
Nice.
Ah. And clearly I got out of the zone a little bit. I have won the battle royale. Sorry for your luck, Nanami in chat. Sorry for your luck. Oh yeah, Nanami. Nice. Yeah, we have our links open in chat. And that's kind of on the honor system. We've got it set so that the only people who can post links in the channel are people who follow. So if they haven't followed me, they can't post links. And that gets rid of a lot of the junk and crap. But that being said, so far nobody has abused it. And I suspect that won't change. Exactly, Ruthless, yeah. That's what the junk was, bots. That's what the junk was. That being said, we also do a show and tell towards the end of the stream. Before we check out of here. If you have anything you'd like to share, crafting related, please feel free to do so. But keep in mind that it needs to be terms of service friendly, somewhat family friendly. It doesn't have to be pristine, but you know, something chill. You know what I mean? And that being said, no pictures of your kids, please. I would prefer to not be responsible for your children being available on the internet, possibly, or anything like that. So I think it's just fair to protect their privacy. Yep, exactly, Ruthless. Nice, possessed cat. Okay. I see that you put the recipe there. I'm totally gonna check it out. I don't know when I'll be able to chew it because we got to get dental work done, but I'll probably be able to chew it once I get the work done. All right. Oh, wow. Is that what you were doing, Nanami? That is freaking gorgeous. That is absolutely breathtaking. What? I'm good to show that on stream, correct? I'm just making sure.
Welcome,
That is
Raiders.
beautiful. Hello, Wild.
Oh, hi, I'm back.
Oh, you were working on something else tonight. Either way, this is freaking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is what Nanami shared. Chat. How beautiful is that?
Holy cow.
Right?
That's amazing. Jeez.
Absolutely gorgeous. Your first non-lesson pattern. Really, it looks really good. You have done a fantastic job. The mod and disembodied voice and stream. Yes, yes. The
I'm the
conscience.
stream's conscience.
You
Yeah,
started learning embroidery in June? Really? And you've done that well?
that's amazing.
That is amazing. Wow. It looks so good, Nanami. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate you. I love it. It's so gorgeous. You know, I haven't done anything embroidering in a while. I mean, I guess that's not true. I've embroidered a little bit onto amigurumis, not the same. Um, but man, I keep seeing people who embroider and it's making me feel the need. I do not have time. I discovered this year that I love embroidery. Oh yeah, well you can see that you love it. It's very obvious that you enjoy doing it. The more you enjoy doing stuff, the better you do, and that's amazing. Absolutely love it. But yeah, my aunts introduced me. I forgot to put the music back on again. My aunts introduced me to embroidery when I was like 20, 19 or 20. And I became instantly obsessed with it. So I get it. Agreed, Ruthless. Agreed. Yep, exactly, Cameron. Yep. Yeah, Ruthless. Do you do any crafts yourself? I've never actually asked you that. Or do you just like to watch us all craft? Because I'm not judging that. Whether it's you doing the stitches or watching somebody else do them, it is so soothing. It is so soothing to do. That's amazing, Karen. Aw, come on. There we go. I screwed that up. There we go. Yeah, I learned to knit in just May. Okay, I'll check that out too. Ooh, that looks like a sampler. That looks like a sampler.
Some
Here, let
viewers
me
may
show
find
it
the
off.
following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
True, Ruthless. True. It's looking great. You've got a nice start. One of those things that target specific stitches is for learning. Yeah, it's perfect. Like you're doing great too. Look at that. Yeah, that's very tempting. I won't lie. It's very tempting. Exactly, Ruthless. Thank you so much for sharing, Nanami. I appreciate you. I need to check and see how my surgery is looking. It's straightened back up. So we're gonna check. So for anybody who wasn't here yesterday, I had to kind of surgerize one of these cables here. I had screwed up. Yep, it's nice and cleaned. Okay, there's a little bit of looseness right here. But it's a little bit loose, chat. Just trying to stretch it around. I don't know if you know this, but I lurk in your stream a lot. Do you, Nanami? That's very awesome. I appreciate that. I don't actually look at my viewer list, so I have no idea when people are lurking. I fully leave people to lurk, and I'm a big lurker myself. I lurk in so many different channels, like all day. And so I return the favor by not, like, trying to not reveal lurkers. And it's too tempting. If you look at your viewer list, it's tempting to call them out. So I just don't look. Welcome, the non-entity. Lurker life indeed.
Call down a lurk.
But yeah, I try really hard to not ever cancel anybody's lurk, ever. And there's a person that comes by here sometimes who is the one who taught me that. Lurker life indeed. What, Lily? You have food and water. You need to go. My dogs want the TREATs, but we don't give them to them when they beg for them. So I haven't learned diagrams yet. You'll get it. You'll get it. I think you'll be fine. Yeah, Cameron. I mean, lurkers still show up in the viewer list unless they're not logged in or have sneaky ways of making sure they don't. Some of us do. Me. Sometimes I turn off myself from the viewer list with BTTV. But I don't always. It just depends. If I'm in a really bad funk and I'm not streaming, I'll turn myself off of there. Which does happen. I just sometimes don't want to risk being called out a lurk at all. You can't type and chat when you do that, so that's why it makes the difference.